All right, y'all know, man. Come one, come all. We are here. Finally, just had to get a couple of y'all to tap in this joint, man. All right, man. Mic check. 1 2 1 2. It's not that day. It's not that time. But y'all are looking at me. What the hell is going on? Oh, let me get that out of there. Welcome, 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 everybody, to another special Club Pizzle. Y'all gonna be tired of me. Like, seriously, like this is my time of the year. So just be prepared to be sick and tired of me, of seeing me, of hearing from me. But it's my responsibility to let you guys know exactly what's going on and what we're gonna be dealing with here. But this right here, what y'all have right here, what y'all see in front of y'all, or what y'all are looking at is a special Club Pizzle edition of a standalone Cleveland Cavaliers preview show. That's all I got. It's a stupid long ass title, I know, but who cares? It's just call it the Cavs preview, but I just have to do the grand gesture and make it grand and make it sound the way it needs to sound. But y'all know what to do, man. This is on Facebook, this is on Spotify. Those are the only two places I'm putting this. I mean, not Spotify, but Facebook and on YouTube. I'm not putting this anywhere else. Excuse me. I had to turn my phone down. I'm not putting this anywhere else. This is only going to be on YouTube and it's only going to be on Facebook. So hit that like button, hit that subscribe button, hit that share button. Share this out to any and everybody y'all know out there who is a fan of the Cleveland Cavaliers. I know I have a lot of people in Cleveland. That's most of y'all. I ain't gonna say it's a lot of y'all. It's most of y'all. Let me stop playing, man. Let me stop. Let me stop and be honest. Most of my supporters and the people that I rock with and my real ones that are not members of my family and blood family are in Cleveland and are Cleveland sports fans, which is one of the reasons why I do this, which won't be for long. I mean, but that's neither here nor there. But we here, man. Um, tonight in less than an hour or in an hour and some change time, we are going to embark on another Cleveland Cavaliers basketball season. It will be their 54th or 55th in the association. The 55th, yes. And it is also this year the 30th anniversary of what is now known as Rocket Mortgage Fieldhouse, which is why that's the background today. I was gonna do like an old Gund Arena one, or from Gund Arena to Quicken Loans Arena to Rocket Mortgage Fieldhouse. It has been This arena has been downtown on the corner of Ontario and Huron for 30 years after being out at the Richfield Coliseum for a little bit, for a little stretch. And I don't know. Like, y'all can throw it in the comments if y'all need to, or if y'all want to. Y'all favorite memories of being in this particular building. I have a lot of them, as a matter of fact. Going to Cavs games as a teenager. Um, I remember All Star Weekend 1997 is a big memory for me. Being downtown, also being one of the, I was in middle school at that time, being one of the schools chosen to go to the stay in school thing, which they don't do now, or if they do it, it's not televised. But I remember going to that, and Dougie Fresh hosted it. Brandy was there. Ray J was there. Um, they had the mascot dunk contest. Even Keenan and Kel was there. That's how old this was. I'm aging myself, which I don't care. I'm 41 years old. I'll be 42 in 2 months. Whatever. That as far as on the basketball side, just Cavs games, countless Cavs games. I've seen just about everybody that I wanted to see, from Michael Jordan to Kevin Garnett to Tim Duncan to Allen Iverson to Shaquille O'Neal to Chris Paul, LeBron James, Carmelo Anthony, Steph Curry, Dirk Nowitzki, just seeing everybody from in this era, that 30 years, Patrick Ewing late. Um, didn't get a chance to see Hakeem Olajuwon, which is something that I wish I would have had an opportunity to see him play in person. Other memories I have in this building is the first time they won the the Cleveland Cavaliers won the Eastern Conference Finals, and being in the building for the NBA Finals is part of my bucket list. Two of my bucket list items I've crossed off. One being the NBA Finals, the other being the World Series. The Super Bowl is the other one, and don't look like my Cleveland Browns are gonna get there while I'm a able-bodied person. So when they build Jimmy World out in Brook Park, I'm gonna try my damnness to get a ticket to be in the building for the Super Bowl, no matter who the heck is playing in it. Countless. I've seen high school games there. I saw LeBron James play down there during the state tournament back when he was in school. Matt tournament memories, bunch of dope stuff. Cleveland Cavaliers memories. Those first few years, they were still a playoff team, a decent playoff team. It was towards the end of Mark Price. It was the end of Brad Daugherty, because if I'm not mistaken, I don't think Brad Daugherty ever set foot on the floor here. I believe that was the year where his back did go out on him. It was the end of that era. They made the playoffs, got put out. I believe Chicago put them out in 95, 96. I think they played the Knicks and lost to the Knicks. 97 All-Star year. I believe they missed it by a game. They lost to the Washington, at the time, the Washington Bullets. They lost the last game of the season. That would have put them in the 8th seed. And they'd have played Chicago Bulls, which they probably would have lost in the first round anyway. They probably would have got swept. It'd have been a 5-game sweep. We all know 98, 99, 2001, 2002. We all know what that was. Those were some bad teams. And I was there for a lot of that because I was in high school and they used to give us tickets. You could go to the gas station and get tickets at the gas station with a full tank of gas. That's how bad these teams were. Going from Mike Fratello to the John Lucas. I believe Keith Smart coached them at that time too. Yeah, I believe Keith Smart was actually a coach, but I remember John Lucas. I remember going to a bunch of the scrimmages down there. I met Matt Barnes down there the year Darius Miles was traded here, and we thought Darius Miles and Ricky Davis was going to be the ones to turn this thing around. Turns out they were horrible too. Well, they were still a bad team. I'm not going to say the T word, but they was just the worst team in the NBA because they knew there was a kid from Akron, Ohio, that was going to go straight from high school to the pros, and there was a chance that they could land him. So they thugged it out. Basically, they thugged it out. They won that lottery. LeBron James here. But that's neither here nor there, man. Like, that's just a lot of my memories. I could go another 30 minutes, but y'all know my motto. We here for a good time and not a long time. Let's get to the 2024-2025 Cleveland Cavaliers. I am going to go over the roster later, but there are a few things I do want to speak on. I want to talk a little bit about, I'm going to get into last season, and I'm just looking forward to this season. They are looking forward to taking another step. You have your core four here. I believe Darius Garland's first year here. Darius Garland is the first of the core four. They drafted a Coro after, and then they traded for Jared Allen and drafted Evan Mobley the year after that. So that's how the core four were built. And since 2021, 2022, they went from 44 wins to losing to Brooklyn and Atlanta and missing the play-in by that much, which injuries at the end of that year is what derailed them. What happened in that offseason? They took a chance. They rolled the dice. They decided that Darius Garland was the guy in the backcourt, and they traded for Donovan Mitchell. A trade which I kind of said they should do early in that year. And that's neither here nor there. But bringing in Donovan Mitchell, trading for Karis LeVert, 2023, they go 51 wins and lose in the first round of the playoffs to the New York Knicks. And last season, they go to they dropped to 48 wins in an injury-plagued season. Remember what happened last year. And it happened at the beginning of the season. It happened in December, like mid to late November. Darius Garland was out with a broken jaw, and Evan Mobley went down with knee surgery. It was like, dang, they gonna write him off. I even got on Club Pizzle and started looking for JB Bickerstaff's replacement even then. Because I'm like, there's no way he's gonna survive this. This team is gonna slide, and he's gonna get fired. And who are they gonna bring in? But JB Bickerstaff did a great job with those guys in that stretch from November to the All-Star break. And that trip to Paris, the Cleveland Cavaliers were, if they weren't the hottest team in the NBA, they were one of the hottest teams in the NBA. I mean, Boston was hot all year, but it was certain stretches and pockets where they possibly could have been hotter than the Boston Celtics. And that catapulted them where they were. They tailed off slightly at the end. I wish they would have won that last home game. They would have got the 2 seed, and they would have matched up against Philadelphia in the first round, which I think they would have survived that. Even though, 48 wins last year, losing in the second round, beating the Orlando Magic in one of the toughest 7-game series. What a series it was. Did I go to all 3? I think I went to all 3 playoff games last year. No, I missed one of those games. I missed game 1. I went to game 2, and I went to game 5, and I had to work, and I missed game 7. But it was a heck of a ride, a heck of a series, hard-fought, tough series. Orlando was a tough team. They'll be back this year. They're going to make a little bit of noise this year. Make sure y'all check out my NBA preview that I did last night. It is on Facebook. It is on YouTube. If y'all are either one, just look for the video before this one. That's up. So after 99 wins in 2 years, 121 wins in 3 years, they decided, the front office, Kobe Altman and Dan Gilbert and the guys in the front office decided that it was time to move on from one JB Bickerstaff, which I kind of saw coming. I figured, if they keep him, it's because the job that he did to get them, it's the job that he did in the middle of the season. If they get rid of him, that means it was time for a change. It was time for a new voice. And they went with the latter. It was time for a new voice. And that new voice is a one Kenny Atkinson, who I've heard nothing but great things about with, like, NBA-wide, and through basketball circles. Anybody that I know that has ties to the NBA, I do know a few people, don't get it twisted. There's a few people that I know that are tied with NBA have nothing but good things to say about Kenny Atkinson. Everybody in the media, national media, local media, international media, have nothing but good things to say about Kenny Atkinson. I've said it on Club Pizzle that I feel like he got a raw deal in Brooklyn. They pushed him out of there. And I think he probably would have done a much better job than Steve Nash did with Kyrie and KD and James Harden. If I'm going to be honest, his pace would have fit them. But that's neither here nor there. He spent some years with Ty Lue. He spent those years after Brooklyn. I think they fired him in 2019 or 2020. He spent time with Ty Lue in LA with the Clippers, and he spent time with Steve Kerr with the Golden State Warriors, and he also was the coach of the French national team, who we saw give the Team USA problems in this past Summer Olympics. I'm excited to have Kenny here. Like I love it. Good move, great hire. They could have went any direction. I thought it was going to be Minnesota's assistant at one time, and that just didn't happen because Kenny Atkinson was their guy. No sooner after Kenny Atkinson comes in, Kobe Altman and Dan Gilbert decided to open a checkbook. Donovan Mitchell, Evan Mobley, Jared Allen all signed extensions. On top of Darius Garland's extension, which he signed a couple of years ago, which kicked in. So our core four here in Cleveland is going to be here for at least 4 years. I believe to 2028 or 2020, 4 or 5 years. The core four is locked in. That's who you're going to build around. So don't expect certain guys to be here. And also Isaac Okoro signed him a 3-year deal. He's going to be a big part. Like, you need defense. Like, everybody's not meant to score. And I know, like, one of my buddies, shout out to Chris Styles. I'm not going to say he hates Isaac Okoro. He feels that Isaac Okoro should do more and be more than what he is as a number 5th pick. He can be our Marcus Smart. He's a big Marcus Smart. He don't need to score. He can score. We know he can score. I've seen him score 30 in a game. I've seen him drop 20. The thing about the NBA is guys like you can score. All right, if you're a hooper, you can score. You gonna get buckets. Like, that's the thing with hoopers. But you need more than scorers. You need guys who are willing to rebound. You're gonna need guys who are going to be willing to play defense. You're gonna need guys who are gonna want to get the floor burns and dive on the floor and do all of the stuff that your stars really won't do, honestly. Or that you don't want your stars to do. They might hurt. Yeah, But the core four is locked in for it's 4 or 5 years. They're running it back. I'm going to get to the roster. I don't have a problem with them running it back, especially if you're going to run it back and you're going to change coaches. That's fine. You change coaches, you change the philosophy, you change the system, you change your schemes. You can take, and a lot of teams do this. You can take some things from what the previous coach did. Like, the bread and butter with JB really was defense. You can take the defense and those guys, like, the pace with the offense, like, the defense is going to be there because you got defenders. You got Ike. You guys, I call him Ike. Everybody else calls him Ice. I'm just used to calling people named Isaac Ike. But you take Ike, and you got Evan Mobley as a defensive anchor. Jared Allen is a decent defender. When Donovan Mitchell wants to play defense, he can. And he's a decent defender. Darius Garland, he's going to have to bring his lunch every night because damn near every team in the NBA has a point guard that is a dog. In the Eastern Conference alone, between Jalen Brunson and Tyrese Maxey and Tyrese Halliburton in our division, Dame Lillard in our division, Cade Cunningham in the division, Trae Young in Atlanta. I'd be one to call him Lonzo, but Lonzo Ball in Chicago, LaMelo Ball in Charlotte. I don't care what they do in Washington. The Wizards stink. Maybe Ben Simmons in Brooklyn if he decides he's Drew Holiday in Boston. That's just the Eastern Conference. I didn't get to the Mike Conleys and the Steph Currys and the Kyrie Irvings and I just drew a blank. The Ja Morants, the DeJounte Murrays, the Fred VanVleets, the Chris Paul. Like, Darius Garland's gonna have his work cut out for him this year. I'll say that. They drafted Jalen Tyson, which we might see a lot of Jalen Tyson early on, which could be a good thing because Max Strus is out for the first few weeks of the year with an ankle injury. So drafting him, he's ready made. He's a big body guy, 6'7", 6'8", got some size on him, got guard skills. Do a little something. We'll see. Because according to Kenny Atkinson, they are going to go 10, 11 deep. I'm looking forward to it. Like, not too long from now, less than an hour, almost an hour away. By the time I get off of here, everybody, y'all can go on and click on FanDuel Sports Network, and we'll be there. And we'll be watching our Cleveland Cavaliers play the Toronto Raptors. The two-way guys for the Cleveland Charge, JT Thor, Luke Traverse, and Imani Bates. Imani Bates has a torn meniscus. He had meniscus surgery. They should be getting ready to evaluate him in a couple of weeks, if not this week. Just to see where he stands. But those are the two-way guys, and those are the guys that are going to be with the Cleveland Charge. Be on the lookout. I do plan to do something Cleveland Charge related before their opener on November the 9th. I am going to do some things to do with the Cleveland Charge. So if y'all love basketball the way I love basketball and are into it the way that I'm into it, stay tuned. I'm going to do Cleveland Charge stuff. That's for my Cleveland people. Let's get to this roster. Let's start with the roster. Max Strus is out for six weeks, or the first 6 weeks of the season. He has an ankle injury that he has to deal with. We know what Max brings as the starting small forward. He was the starting small forward. We know what he brings, spot up threes, a 3-and-D guy. That's what the Cleveland Cavaliers are missing. I'm not going to get into what moves need to be made, at least since give me until Christmas, and then we'll talk about that. I do have a wish list. I just won't reveal it. Ty Jerome, point guard. He's going to see some minutes in a backcourt where you have guys like Darius Garland and Donovan Mitchell. And I would like to see a lot of Ty Jerome and Craig Porter Jr., if I'm going to be honest. Karis LeVert, who might be the starting small forward but when the season starts. Love what Karis brings. I believe this is a contract year for him, so he's gonna have a year. He's gonna try to make it count. Evan Mobley, y'all know how I feel about my guy, Evan Bartholomew Mobley. His middle name is not Bartholomew. I just like saying the name Bartholomew. Sam Merrill, shooter Sam, my guy. I've been watching Sam since he was down with the Cleveland Charge. I watched him work his way up to a NBA contract. I did. I watched him do that in a matter of months, and I'm excited for Sam. Craig Porter Jr. gave the Cavs some good minutes last year in the absence of Darius Garland. Would love to see him more, to be honest. Darius Garland, DG to PG, injury plague season last year. You know what he'd been through. Broke his jaw, couldn't eat, had to drink out of a straw, couldn't talk, couldn't work out, couldn't do anything. And that led to him having the worst year of his young career. Tristan Thompson, the old wily veteran. You need a guy like this in your locker room, and you need a guy like this from time to time during the season where guys are tired. You can just send Tristan in. He's an old dog. He can get ready. He stays ready. He's going to be ready, and he can give y'all minutes. And he's also very important to guys like Evan Mobley and Jared Allen. You need a veteran big to help your young bigs. JT Thor, one of the two-way guys. Looking forward to him. Looking forward to seeing him with the Charge because that's where his minutes are going to be. George Niang, the G-Wagon, one of the popular cats. He's a fan favorite. I was at the tip-off party the other day. They love George in Cleveland. Like Cleveland they love this whole team, but George Niang got one of the biggest One of the biggest ovations. Imani Bates, this is my guy. To me, Imani Bates is a wild card. I hope that when he gets back, I hope that he's healthy. I hope that he gets back healthy. I hope that he's able to continue to grow his game. We saw the weight gain. We saw how he looks. He looks fantastic. He looks like a grown man now. He don't look like a little kid no more. He done put some weight on. He worked at it. But the slight meniscus tear, the surgery, hopefully he gets back and he can. I hope they can keep him beyond this year. This is the year, and I hope that they do keep him. Jalen Tyson, the rookie out of Cal. I talked about him. Jared Allen, your other member number 3 of the core 4. Y'all know what J.A. brings. Starting the season off injured, came and had a good year. Missed him in the playoffs. I want to say if we had him, we might have won one more game against Boston. It's just me though, but nobody was beating Boston last year, not even us. Dean Wade, my main man, that is another candidate as the starting small forward starting the year off. Dean Wade is 3-and-D. He is a 3-and-D guy. That is what you look for in your 3-and-D guy. A guy like Dean Wade. Y'all laugh, but hey, not too much on Dean. Luke Travers, over from Australia, played in Perth. I'm excited for Luke. I'm ecstatic. I can't wait until November 9th. I know he's not going to see a whole lot of time with the Cleveland Cavaliers these first couple of weeks of the season. But I know when the Cleveland Charge open up, he's going to be there. I cannot wait to see him. Isaac Okoro, it goes without saying. Defensive stalwart. We need to see the three-pointer fall this year. It's year 5, Ice. It's time. Consistently shoot it. He shot it with more confidence last year than he's ever shot it. But now you got to. We need 3 of them. We need 3 of them a game from Isaac Okoro. And finally, the man, the one and only Donovan Mitchell. He's had his 2 best seasons as a Cleveland Cavalier. I'm expecting him to do the same this year. I'm expecting him to be in MVP discussions. I'm expecting him to be in clutch player discussions. I'm expecting him. He should be in top 10 discussions. Donovan Mitchell is that good. I don't know if it's because he's playing here, why they treat him like that. But that is what it is, man. My final outlook on this team, I think this team can win 50 games if they're healthy, if the core 4 is healthy. If Evan Mobley elevates his game to where we know or where I know he can elevate it to, they are going to feature him more. He is going to see the ball more. He is going to be that trail guy where they drop it off. He's working on his three-pointer. I saw him in the preseason. He looks great. He doesn't move like a robot anymore. He's moving more smoothly. He's moving more fluidly. But if Evan Mobley, I've said this for the last 3 years, the Cavaliers are only going to go as far as Evan Mobley. As long as Evan Mobley, he has to be either your 1 or your 2 option. He has to be. If Donovan's going to be option 1, Mobley has to be your second lead scorer. You need Evan Mobley to give you 22, 24, and 12. Those rebounding numbers, that's like the new 2010. 24 and 12 is the new 2010 because there's so many shots going up. The pace is so fast, and this team is going to be running at a faster pace, and they're going to be putting up a whole lot of threes. So 25 and 12. for Evan Mobley. And Donovan is going to give you what he gives you. If you can get 17, 18 consistently from Darius Garland, that's fine. Jared Allen is just going to be Jared Allen. Jared Allen can be 12 and 12 for all I care. And then you got your bench guys. You look at Karis LeVert, who's going to give you something off the bench. Dean Wade is going to contribute. I'm expecting Isaac Okoro to contribute. George Niang is going to give you something. When Max Strus gets back, hopefully they can insert him back where he needs to be. Jalen Tyson, we might see him. It won't surprise me if we see him. It won't surprise me if we see the whole roster tonight. To be honest, if they're going to go 10, 11 deep. So I think they can win 50. I think they can win a playoff series or two, depending on those matchups that you see. Can they win a play-in tournament? I mean, not the play-in tournament, but the in-season tournament. I'm kind of hoping they do. That'll give them some confidence. But the way that the Boston Celtics are playing, I have to see them healthy and whole play against the Boston Celtics this year and look good doing it in order for me to say, hey, they can win the Eastern Conference. I don't see it. They can win a playoff series. They can win 2 playoff series, possibly, and lose to the Boston Celtics in the Eastern Conference Finals. It's possible, but as of right now, I think that they win 50 games and lose in the second round. That's just where I have us. That might change. And All-Star break, I'll revisit all of this. I want to thank y'all for tuning in to this. Go Cavs. I'm going to be at a lot of games this year. I'm a season ticket holder now. Like I have a season, I have a little plan. So I'm gonna be at a lot of games. If y'all see me at a game, don't be afraid to tap me on the shoulder and dap me up and say hi. I'm a friendly guy. I may not look like it sometimes, but I am a friendly guy. So y'all can come holler at me. If y'all go to Cleveland Charge games, y'all can catch me at Cleveland Charge games. I'm 4 rows from court side on the Cleveland Charge bench side, center court. Come holler at your boy. So be on the lookout for the Cleveland Charge content. But right now, everybody sit back, get ready, watch the Cleveland Cavaliers coming up live on FanDuel Sports Network. Getting rid of Bally's. I mean, the app is different, but getting rid of Bally's was the worst thing ever. I hated it. And I'm going to give this FanDuel thing a chance. I'm going to see how it does during this game tonight. But they sucked as Bally's. Hopefully they got some stuff going and got changed. So with that said, man, I'm going to get out of here. Y'all know how I am, man. Y'all know how I feel. Go Cavs. I will see you all tomorrow night for the official Club Pizzle, where I'm going to talk about what I don't want to talk about. So until then, y'all, go Cavs and peace out.